Okay, also nochmal von vorne. Herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren. Ich freue mich, dass ihr alle... Oh, wrong language. I'm sorry, I mixed something up. I will start over again. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to very welcome you to our presentation. We will today not only talk about the capital of sausage and beer, but also about, according to a survey of BBC, the country with the best reputation on earth. And additionally to that, the second most popular immigration country on earth. My group, we are a group of experts for global development who did extensive research on Germany, and we're here to tell you today how you group as economists, how and whether you should make business with Germany. My name is Simon Helbach. I will start telling you more about the economy of Germany. I will give the word to Kelsey Bass, who will talk about the geography. Brendan Weiss will cover the infrastructure before Ashton Dahl is going to tell you more about the tourism of Germany. Mario Martinez will talk about the culture of Germany. And last but not least, Kylie Garrett will talk about the business etiquette and will give you a short conclusion of our presentation. If you have any questions at any point of the presentation, feel free to raise your hands. We will call your name and we will do our best to answer your question immediately. Moving on to my first point of the presentation. Once again, my name is Simon. I'm originally from Germany and I studied economics in Berlin and worked for the German government for more than 10 years, which makes me an expert for German economy. I will today give you some general information and numbers about Germany before I will continue with the economic history of Germany. And the most important thing, if you want to do business with a country, I will tell you more about the current market situation and the current economical situation of Germany. Starting with my first point, general information. As you can see on this map, Germany is a country located in Central Europe and is consistent of 18 constituent states, which means that they are basically all put under the general German law, but they all itself have single regulations regarding, for example, education. Since 2002, they have the currency euro, and in Germany live a bit more than 81 million people on an area of 137,847 square miles. The nominal GDP last year was $3.413 trillion US dollars, while the GDP per capita was 41,955. Moving on to my second point, I will tell you now a bit more about the economic history of Germany. Before 1800, Germany basically consisted just agriculture with some urban trade centers. But then in the 19th century, during the time of the industrialization, it was the first boom of the German economy. And at the beginning of 1900, Germany already had the largest economy in whole Europe. Then during the first half of the 20th century, during World War I and II, Germany and most parts of Europe got destroyed and devastated. And this was the time, or when this time was over, after 1945, this was the time where the German economy, which is nowadays one of the strongest in the world, started to really develop. One big reason for that was the Marshall Plan, basically known as European Recovery Program, which was an initiative of the United States, where they contributed 17 billion, which in current value is about 120 billion US dollars to European countries to rebuild the devastated cities, to remove border issues, and to modernize the economy and the industry. The economy which developed in that time, especially in the 1960s and 1970s, called social market economy, and it's still called like this nowadays. And in 1989, after the German reunification, West and East Germany as a unit country started to develop their economy, which is, as I said, now one of the strongest in the world. And in 2002 the new currency, which first was the German Deutsche Mark, then changed to the euro. Now where you got to know a bit more about the history, I will move on to my last point, to the current economic situation. Germany, as one of the founder countries of the European Union, is part of the Eurozone with 18 other states of Europe, which means they all have the currency euro. The social market economy, measured by its nominal GDP, was in 2014 the strongest economy in whole Europe and the fourth largest worldwide. Germany itself is a service sector country, which basically means that approximately 71% of the economy is based on the service sector. And according to Eurostat, the national unemployment rate is 4.7% and the youth unemployment rate is about 7.1%, which are both the lowest rates of all 28 EU member countries. In 2014, Germany was recorded to have the highest trade surplus in the world. Trade surplus means that you export more than you import, and the exports, or these high export rates of Germany gave Germany also the nickname Export World Champion. The most important trading partners of Germany are of course the EU states with a percentage of 60% of imports and 56% of, no, sorry, the other way around, 60% of exports and 56% of imports. The United States are on third place, with an export rate of 6.8% and an import rate of 5.6%. The largest and most influential industry in Germany is still the car industry. As you can also see here in the States, big car manufacturer as Volkswagen, BMW are very important for the German economy. So once again, my name is Simon, and today I gave you some general information and numbers about Germany. I told you more about the economic history of Germany, and last but not least, I gave you more information about the current situation of Germany. And now I will move on and give the word to Kelsey Bass, who will tell you more about the German geography.
Thank you, Simon. All right, as Simon mentioned, my name is Kelsey Bass, and I'm going to be covering the geography. Now, I'm an expert in business globalization, and I specialize in geographic expanses. So, I feel it only right that I talk about geography. Now, I'm going to cover the natural resources, the borders, and accessibility of Germany. And then I'll conclude by handing it off to the next participant. Now, the natural resources, there are plentiful of minerals in Germany, including coal, lignite, potash, and salt, which all in general would be extremely valuable in any business setting for imports and exports, which also follow along with the metals, which include iron, uranium, nickel, and copper, which could be extremely useful in construction or technological advances. There's also an expanse of timber and arable land, which are extremely natural and renewable resources can be used frequently in business settings. And finally, there are plentiful natural gases that can be imported, exported, etc. for quite a profit. My next topic is borders. Germany has both land and sea borders on their land side. They are very central to Europe, as Simon mentioned, which would allow for great expanse in a cultural and business setting to easily move into different countries and possibly build business through simple transport. Through the sea, they have easy access to the UK, which is right across the way, as well as 7 other countries which are located by the Baltic Sea. And those 7 countries include Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Russia, Latvia, and a few others. This could help improve imports and exports if we were to join their business. in Germany, and there are 9 bordering countries on land which could easily be accessed through train, subway, etc., imports, exports. And a little bit of history, there is, on the topic of borders, the Berlin Wall, which is pretty well known, which also has the inner German border. Now, this was built in 1961, torn down in